Today marks the first day of Kwanzaa, a week-long celebration of African-American culture.
And we've got a special guest in studio joining us here to talk about it. Want to introduce you to Ches Razuna Guko. Ches, it's great to have you here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, you bet. So give us a little brief history about Kwanzaa.
So Kwanzaa is an African-American holiday that was started by Dr. Malana Karinga in 1966. And it was a holiday, to be specific, for African-Americans because there really were no holidays. And so it represents our culture, our history. There are symbols related to it. You have the mat, which is called makeka, and that's, all the names are Kiswahili, and that's the foundation of our culture. Then you have the kanara, which is the candle holder, which represents where we originated from, and etc. And then you have the most important component, I say, is the 7 principles, the Nguzo Sabo, Umoja for unity, Kujichagulia for self-determination, Ujima for collective work and responsibility, Ujamaa for cooperative economics, Nia for purpose.
We've got them right there on the screen.
Oh yeah, Nia. Then I'm going. Imani for faith, and Kumba for creativity. And so those are principles that we try to live by, and that we exhume each of the days. So I'm a part of the Kwanzaa committee, and we always say Kwanzaa is a lifestyle. For example, when I had to deal with my children about maybe some discipline, I said, was that a mojo? Was that unity? Or if they're not doing something, was that Kujichagulia? So you incorporate into that daily lives. And those principles kind of are a part of the diaspora in Africa, principles that you can see incorporated throughout the continent, et cetera.
And it sounds like you incorporate this, or you think about it and use it really throughout the year. But how do we celebrate it during the holiday of Kwanzaa?
Well, we celebrate, like today we have the community Kwanzaa. But each day, families in their home can have the kanara and the candles and light them and discuss what those principles are about. You can ask your children, so what do you know about unity? Or if, like tomorrow would be Ujamaa, cooperative economics, or Ujima, collective work and responsibility. You ask them to give examples of that. And so you just try to incorporate that. If you understand the socialization of people, there's an African concept called nomo, the word becomes flesh. If you instill in your children, in your friends, in yourself, words, they become flesh. They become flesh. You live them out. And so that's what we're about. We live in a society where specific African-American community, we get socialized into things that take us outside of our culture, make us look down on ourselves. So Dr. Malana Karinga was working with some young kids when he developed this. And Kwanzaa really is spelled with 1 A at the end, but it was 7, so he added the second, so each one of them could be represented. So it's all about enhancing our kids, enhancing our lifestyle, and giving us something to come around and enjoy ourselves and uplift ourselves and remind us of who we are, our God-given image, and etc. So,
Ches, we're really glad you're here. Thank you so much for telling
thank you for the
us about
opportunity.
Kwanzaa, and hope you have a good Kwanzaa. Thank you so much, my friend.